Good morning, my friends. Welcome. AMXbooks 615. Unplugged, number 3. I'm messing around with some different recording, doing some things behind the scenes. And so I'm messing around with some little systems recording to make it easier on me when I gotta do all this uploading and everything. So I'm in the process of transferring everything onto YouTube so I can not create, I already have a YouTube channel, but just, make better my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be hopping right in relatively quickly. We're going to be making it quicker and quicker as we progress, but we're going to be getting into the actual episode almost right when I go live. I think so. I think we're going to go, boom, AMXbooks 615, Unplugged number 3, boom, then we're going to go. And the reason is just to, for the videos on YouTube, it's like a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. Anyhow, that's what we're going to do. So why don't we hop into, notice that it's called AMXbooks. Why? I don't know. I do know. And I'll tell you here in a little bit. Well, maybe today. Maybe you'll just have to wait for the episode to come out. But this is AMXbooks, my friends. And AMX Weekly will come out on Saturday. Oh, that's two new ones. All right, let's rock and roll here. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the Spaniard Show. This is AMXbooks 615. Notice what I did there. AMXbooks. Jed and I have been working on some things behind the scenes. We are calling this AMXbooks. Why? Because we have a whole stream of AMX learning-based content that revolves around different learning sources and media. And that's why we're doing it, to differentiate them. So this is AMXbooks 615, studying the book Unplugged by Brian McKenzie, Dr. Andy Galpin, and Phil White. Evolve from technology to upgrade your fitness, performance, and consciousness. Now I'm going to throw this at you. I read every day, and I talk big, and sometimes I use big words, and sometimes I use words that aren't really words, and sometimes people have said, you're very intellectual. Maybe, okay? But I'm also a country bumpkin from middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So that comes out in my voice, both words that are real words, not real words, my accent, which is a bit country sometimes, but also things that I'm just aware of and not aware of. So I want to bring something to light here, and I'm certainly not an expert. I'm a novice, but if nothing else, at least awareness is good. Okay, so this book is about unplugging from technology to elevate us, right, our performance, our fitness, our consciousness, but also brings to light an ethical issue that I truthfully don't know enough to have an intelligent debate about, but at least I know something now, and I want to bring it to your attention as well. So this book brings to light the ethical concerns regarding the collection of our data, privacy, and security with wearables and watchables. So all of this data that we're putting into our phone, I mean, how many times have you said something, right? And then you see the ad on your phone pop up, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even type that anywhere. Who's listening to me? This idea in this book raises the scary thought of where it's all going. So everything you're logging, everything that we're putting up into the ether, where's it going and what's it being used for? I don't know about you, but I like privacy. I like my privacy, right? It's important to me. A 2016 study by the Center for Digital Democracy said this, that wearables, quote, are already being integrated into a growing big data digital health and marketing ecosystem, that it's, quote, focused on gathering and monetizing personal and health data in order to influence consumer behavior. They use terms such as manipulative marketing and discriminatory profiling. I don't know about you, but my thought is I kind of want to operate from a pure playing field, right? And we hear all the, and this again, this is where I'm not well informed enough to go into debate, but I hear things about Facebook. I hear things about segmenting the things that you and I see on our feed and our news, and we're becoming closed-minded, right? We see the things that we want to see. So then it's not a real playing field. It's not a well-balanced approach to the truth. So why should we even care about this? Because it's you, because it's your life. So I'm simply learning, right? It's being brought to my attention. It's up to me to learn more about this word big data that I hear that I truthfully don't know too much about. These terms like manipulative marketing and discriminatory profiling, I don't know much about them. I can put pieces together. But I think the underlying theme here is it's up to me to learn more about them and achieve my truth. And it's up to you to learn more about them, to learn your truth. Because your truth and my truth might be different, but guess what? If they're both founded on purity and truth, then that's really all we can ask for. It's neat. It is also neat in the book that they mentioned that author Brian McKenzie, the book's written from his perspective, he mentions being against marketing to kids, just like our good friend Mr. Rogers. So that was a neat kind of, like I said, when you read all these books, all this information starts to connect and you see things. That was like, oh, I just read that Mr. Rogers book. I really like it. So the next thing, this is neat too, because I had a conversation with Rob at Food Service Solutions, with whom I'm working, and we had a conversation, and he talked about being in the woods, and he said, well, what happens in the woods, he said, you're out there before daybreak, before the sun comes up, you can't see anything, so your other senses are elevated, and you begin to sense more things. Look what I have in my notes, my friends. Talking about elevating your awareness by simply unplugging. Quote, the more you pay attention to what your body is perceiving in the world around you, the more sensitive you will become. It was like, I read this, and then I had the real life conversation of this. And that's the beauty of learning, is that things are brought to your awareness, and then you see them working or you start doing them in the real world, and then it's like, aha, there's the truth, there's the preparedness, there's the awareness of which we speak. And all of this, everything we're doing, if you come back to AMXbooks every day or once in a while, the whole point of this is learning and reading and elevating your awareness. It's to help us live a better life. That's kind of the bottom line, to help us live a better life, to help us enjoy ourselves, to help us enjoy life. And you certainly can't enjoy it if you don't even know what the heck you're doing. There was a great piece in this book. I believe it was Zen training, where they had 4 different types, that it was pouring a cup of tea, calligraphy, flowering, and something else, where they really just have to focus on doing the thing and doing the thing. In the book, it talks about this really neat mindset of, if you're doing the dishes just to finish the dishes to get to the next thing, then you're not doing the dishes for the sake of doing the dishes. And it gets kind of deep, and you might have to open your mind up to think. But when we're talking about consciousness, being here, being now, appreciating, enjoying what we're doing, it pertains to simply focusing on the here, on the now. And I stated something similar yesterday, but it's absolutely 100%, if you will, worth repeating. So Dr. Kate Shanahan, in this book, in her book, Deep Nutrition, wrote this, quote. So again, this is coming from Dr. Kate Shanahan in her book, Deep Nutrition, and you will have heard this somewhere else, my friends. We've, quote, given up personal responsibility for our health in favor of trusting the companies and government agencies that provide these technologies and pharmaceuticals. We've given up personal responsibility. Do you remember a book that I read and studied for a long period of time called The Success Principles? Do you remember what success principle number 1 is? I said it about 2 days ago. Take 100% responsibility for your life. It is your gift, and it is your privilege, and it is your ability to learn. Don't waste it. You know, I'm really into this meat eater show with a guy named Steve Rinella, and he's talking all about hunting, and last night they had a cooking special, and I thought to myself, oh, here's exactly what I thought in my head. Oh man, I wish I could know how to, oh wait, I could learn how to cook. And it was like this light bulb went off that you really and truly can do whatever you want. You just have to commit the time and the work to learn how to do that thing. This has been AMX 615, studying the book Unplugged. Evolve from technology to upgrade your fitness, performance, and consciousness. I encourage you all, come back on Monday for AMX Books 616. Make sure you subscribe to the Spaniard Show on iTunes or your podcast app to get AMX Weekly that comes out every Saturday, AMX Kids that comes out on Tuesdays, and AMX Talks, which are conversations and deeper thoughts based on what I'm reading, what I'm learning, interviews with some of the coolest people on earth, all housed on the Spaniard Show. And we're updating our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Charlie Spaniard, where all of these videos will be over there as well. Have yourselves a happy little weekend. See you on Monday, folks. Let your heart be bright light From now on our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a happy little Friday night.